Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cot Council. How are we all? Hopefully, all of you are on a fantastic day, wherever you are around the world. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about should Fabinho stay at centre back for the remaining games of the season, and is Kylian Mbappe to Liverpool a real thing? It could happen, it couldn't happen. We will be talking a little bit about Mbappe in today's video, and there's been a little bit of news in France that has caught a lot of people's eye and caught some people's attention. So we will get talking about that in tonight's show. We do have other news as well concerning Ismail Assar and also about Liverpool's kits this season. There is some news concerning that. So yeah, we will be talking a lot about Liverpool stuff in tonight's show anyway. But if you could do me the favor and please give this video a like, it's massively appreciated if you could do so. Also as well, if you're new to the GOT Council, then please smash that subscribe button and don't forget to enable notifications, because YouTube hate notifications. They always do. And like I said in yesterday's video, we should realistically put that on a t-shirt. But how are we all? Hopefully, all of you are having a fantastic day. I can see a few of you in the chat already. Chris says, hi pal, I hope you're well. I'm doing well, thank you mate. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day, my friend. Lisden as well, how are you, Liz? Hopefully you're having a fantastic day as well. But yeah, if anyone that's watching as well on repeat or watching live as well, if you could please share out the video as well, tag me either Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is, then please tag me in it, and I will share and like it and retweet it, and everything. Just lets me know that you guys are watching the videos realistically. So yeah, if you could, massively appreciate it always. But yeah, Chris also says my thoughts on Mbappe links. It's not happening. I'll do a forfeit if it happens, which it won't. Like I said, I will keep you to that, Chris. I will absolutely keep you to that in the future. But Diego's in as well. How are you? Thank you for coming over from Doug's channel. I did reply back to your comment. I think it was last night. So, thank you anyway for subscribing, and, welcome to the COP Council, realistically. But, let me not drag this on any longer, realistically. And yes, I know that some people will have their voice and opinions, but according to L'Equipe, I think that's how you pronounce it, says that Liverpool and Real Madrid are in regular contact with Kylian Mbappe over a deal for next summer, according to tomorrow's L'Equipe, and then more following. And then they did actually report this and said that Mbappe is unhappy at PSG and is thinking about making a move from the French champions next summer. And yeah, I understand people's concerns fully. I know that he is a superstar, and like Liz has said it right by here, Mbappe is stupid money, not happening. And I do fully get this. I totally agree as well on it. I think Mbappe could be going for stupid amounts of money. Could be 200, could be 300. It's one of these things, isn't it? But you're getting a world-class player, probably in the top bracket of world-class players. I think it was we talked about, I think it was when Owen from the Cop On podcast was on, and he was talking about the brackets of players, and you have like the tier 1 and then you have tier 2, and at the minute you would probably class Mbappe, if not tier 1, because I think tier 1 realistically is Messi, Ronaldo, and then players, and then tier 2 then is where all the other good players like Kevin De Bruyne, Mbappe, Neymar, other people like this, Lewandowski, maybe Thiago would be put in there as well. So I understand that aspect of things as well. But guys, let me know your thoughts. Do you think it could ever happen? For me, I think it could happen only if we were to sell one of the front three. And I think I've seen people saying, that like they would like to get rid of, the likes of Bobby Firmino, and then would have the front three of Mbappe, Mane, and Salah. For me, no, I don't think that's going to happen. And anyway, I don't think Bobby could generate that amount of money. I only think probably Mo and Sadio could offer that much money. in my personal opinion. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below anyway. But Seamus Moore's in as well. How are you? Hopefully you're having a fantastic day, my friend. And I like the new icon as well. I like the new icon on your left. So, you know, I do very much like that. But he also says Mbappe would be the dream signing. Yes, he would. He would be. He would be an absolute dream of a signing. And like I said, I would love him to come towards Liverpool, you know, but I understand people's worries about money. But, you know, it would be interesting. Chris says, would Mbappe replace Salah or Mane or replace Firmino? Like I just said, I think Bobby wouldn't generate the amount of money needed for Mbappe unless we sold Bobby and Deadwood, then in that aspect of things. But I think if we was to sell, even though I don't want them to sell because I love the two of them, either if Mane or Salah was to leave, then I think it could be possible. You know, say for example, Liverpool win another Premier League this season and go on to do well in the Champions League again, if not win it again. You know, does that change Mbappe's mind? Does he go, oh, look, these are quite easily the best team in the world. You know, I want to be a part of that. I want to be under Jurgen Klopp. I want to come and play for Liverpool Football Club. And I want to be part of history. And that's what it really comes down to. And I think that was the mindset of Thiago. You know, he wanted to come to Liverpool. He apparently rejected Barcelona from the start and told his agents, you know, I don't want to talk to anyone else. The only place I want to go is Liverpool Football Club from Bayern Munich. And it happened. So, you know, never say never. You know, that's the thing in football. But I can seriously see where people are coming from in terms of money anyway. But yeah, Diego says, if Liverpool get Mbappe outright this season, I think it might breach the fair play rules on loan would work out. I think they've relaxed the fair play rule, I think, haven't they? Because Man City have tried to bend it, trying to get Messi, because the rumor was, I think, well, this was a couple of weeks ago, and it could have completely changed for next season, was the fact that, you know, they'd get Messi on a free, and then they'd end up giving him like 300 million in wages and bonuses. And like that's crazy. That's like, I think that is the total amount of Man City's wage bill, like altogether. So I don't know. I think it will be depending. I think it won't be this season. Like this is not for this summer, because next year Mbappe will have 1 year left on his contract. I think that's the thing they really have to, you know, put forward to that. Like Mbappe would have 1 year left on his deal. Now, as we've seen from people with 1 year left on their deals, Liverpool have done fantastic business. And that is what, if Liverpool was to get Kylian Mbappe, that would be the sense again. You know, it would be fantastic business. So, you know, if Michael Edwards was to do it, or, you know, somehow, some way he ended up doing it, you know, it would be perfect and it would be correct to what Liverpool need and want. You know, we won't, you know, go into, you know, debt just to get a world-class player. That wouldn't be Liverpool's style whatsoever. Chris says, don't worry, Red, it will be Salah, Firmino, Mane front three next season. Best front three in world football. Absolutely. Absolutely. Liz says, no, not never. I'm with Chris Bayer. Yeah, look, it's one of these things, isn't it? It was just a suggestion, but it would be a nice suggestion. Like imagine if somehow, like some magical way they can end up doing this, is by having Salah, Mane, Firmino, and Mbappe in a team. That would be crazy. Like that seriously would be crazy. And it's just frightening to even think about that. But yeah, I can definitely see what you guys mean about it anyway. But Perlich, Kale's in. How are you, sir? Hopefully having a fantastic day. Chelsea are poor now. Yeah, they are. Have they signed Mendy today? I seen that he was having his medical, but I don't know if it was confirmed that they've completely signed him. So yeah, they've completely rinsed out the bank. That's what you can safely say for Chelsea anyway this season anyway. And I know rival fans will just go, oh, well, you've spent 20 million on Thiago, you spent 40 million on Jota, and I'll go, well, no, not really, because we're only coughing out, what is it, 7-8 million this season for them. So doing pretty good business in that aspect of things anyway. Aaron's in as well. How are you, Aaron? Hopefully you're having a fantastic day, mate. Says Mbappe wage would be way too extra I can't pronounce that word. I do apologize. My English is terrible. It says, is it just me, or does having Thiago still feels unreal? It absolutely does. It does feel absolutely incredible. Of course, if you guys have seen the Thiago signing video that would come out, I believe at 7 o'clock, it was I think everyone was crazy in that aspect of things, and I think everyone went ballistic. When it got announced today that there would be that signing of it, and I think it was crazy signing Thiago. We've only seen 45 minutes of him, and I want to see more of him. It's crazy. I don't think we've been this excited for a transfer, I'd probably say, since Alisson come in. And I don't know whether or not if that's the same with you guys, but I've never been this excited since Alisson. And I know it's such a short period of time because, of course, Ali come in at 2018. So I know it's such a short period of time, but Thiago is just a world class signing, and that's how exciting it is to have someone like Thiago Alcantara come in and just completely take over the team. It was so dominant against Chelsea as well. But Chris sings Thiago Alcantara. I've been having that in my head. Andre's in as well. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day, my friend. Says the Mbappe deal is possible. Why? Nike, EA Sports, LeBron James, too many connections to not be taken seriously. That is another factor, to be fair, that I didn't mention. So thank you for mentioning those. Yes, of course, Mbappe is a Nike athlete. Of course, Liverpool having strong ties with Nike that we will get talking about, Liverpool and Nike a little bit later on. Also as well, EA Sports, of course, Mbappe, the cover star of FIFA 21. Bit gutted there's no demo for the FIFA 21. They did confirm that yesterday because it was meant to be coming out today. So the stream wouldn't be happening if that happened. But yeah, he is the cover star of EA Sports and most likely going to be the face of it for a very long time. So that aspect thing, and he is close personal friends with LeBron James, and of course LeBron James does own a certain percentage in Liverpool Football Club and was a huge vocal point towards Liverpool going towards Nike with the the merch brand and things like this. So it's absolutely fantastic that Mbappe is so close. So maybe that might have a factor in it, but time will tell, won't it? Liz says 9 million. I think that was what I said about Thiago and Jota. Thank you, Liz, for letting me know that. The Unbearables as well. How are you? Hopefully you're having a fantastic day, my friend. Says hello all. Kale says, when does the transfer window close? It shuts on the 1st of October. Is it the 1st? I believe it's the 1st. Guys, let me know in the comment section anyway, but I think I believe it's the 1st. Aaron says, good, cheers, Connor. Hope you are too. Basically saying his wage would be way too high and would see others demand a higher wage. Yeah, that is what could possibly happen with Mbappe. Diego says, Mbappe, players of this caliber and more than a football player, they are may assist to any football business model, short or long term. Yeah, exactly. That is the thing. With Mbappe has his own brand, and people at the minute, I'd probably say, so in terms, like I talked about the brackets of it being, top tier and then second tier. I think Liverpool, if you take away Messi and Ronaldo, because I think they're the best to ever play the game. I won't have that conversation with who's better, Messi or Ronaldo, even though I do have my personal opinion on that. I think that we already have players that are in that top tier, the likes of being Sadio Mane, Mo Salah, Virgil van Dijk, Alisson Becker, now Thiago. I would put Thiago in that top class. And I think Mbappe is in that top class. So to bring another player like that, who knows? And also as well, Thiago, when you think about it, has broke the model of Liverpool. We never since Jurgen Klopp's been brought in, we've never bought a player like that. We've always bought young and, it's like the famous saying, isn't it? Like, we don't buy world class, we make them into world class. And that is, different towards Thiago, because he was available for only £20 million, and the fact that, paying, like 5 million over, well, 5 million a year over 4 years, which is just crazy, realistically. And I think, it's crazy, isn't it? The amount of good deals that Michael Edwards has done for Liverpool Football Club, because let's not take it away. That's a fantastic deal, but, maybe Mbappe might be possible, but, time will tell anyway. But Unbearable says, Liz, last week I would have said Chelsea FC, then we made our move. I don't know what Liz said. Did Liz say anything? Oh, who do you think is winning the transfer window so far? I would say us. I think Thiago's put us over. In my personal opinion, I will literally just say, Thiago. In terms of that, I would say Thiago for that. But yeah, what else do we have? Diego says, keep hitting the likes, shares, and subs at the Cock Council. Yeah, exactly. If you could, any new people in here, then please hit that subscribe button, hit the comment button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, because YouTube hate notifications. They always do. So please hit everything. And yeah, if there are any new people in here, welcome to the Cock Council. Mo says, terms agreed. United just have 35% position in the first half. Oh, is that actually true? They actually only got 35%. They're shocking. So Liz says October 5th. There we go. I was completely wrong. I do apologize for that. Chris also says 5th October for European transfer window. There we go. I thought it was the 1st for some reason, but of course, things have been crazy the last couple of days. So, I do apologize for that. Mo says the 6th of October. Liz says, I agree at the Unbearables. I think that's what we were saying. Aaron says, I watched the Thiago signing video earlier. What a humble guy. Yes, he is very humble, and I would admit that. And just, he's just likable straight away. Even watching that video, you can just tell he's a very nice guy and things like this. And, I'd love it. I'd absolutely love it. If, one day, he, well, if we could end up interviewing him, that would be a dream, realistically, if we could, interview any Liverpool player. But, Thiago, he just seems like a very, very nice and chilled out guy. And I think he'll do fantastic things for Liverpool. Mo is in as well. How are you, Mo? Hopefully you're doing fantastic, mate. Says, greetings, you never walk alone. The other Mo says, attitude is everything with Klopp. Absolutely, that is 100% a thing with Liverpool. KL says, can you interview Craig from Anfield Agenda? There is a video on the channel. It is a podcast. Go onto playlist, click onto I believe it's our 4th podcast that we did, and Craig is on there as well. So go and check that out. I am G. Sorry if I butchered your name, but hello. Hopefully you're well, mate. I do apologize if I have butchered your name. Liz says Edwards is a transfer genius. He is. He absolutely is. I think, quite plain and quite obvious, he's been one of the best, to ever work for Liverpool Football Club. Chris says, yeah, definitely us, Thiago Alcantara. Chris, you're going to make me sing it. You're honestly going to make me sing it, and it's going to be awful. Unbearable says, is this Liverpool team better than our teams in the 80s? I'd have to say yes, with our superstars. We did. I remember we did a podcast on this. But also as well, guys, let me know. I've been thinking over the last couple of days of bringing back the Cock Council podcast. Would you guys like it? And it would be like an hour. It would be like an hour, and it would be about 3 or 4 of us, and it would just be a conversation topic. It'd be live, of course, on here, and then maybe we might take the audio from it and put it on platforms. Let me know, guys, if you would like that, because I have done it before, but realistically, I've never had this amount of people in here to know fully, what you guys would like. Would you like a podcast type thing? But yeah, but going back onto that question, Unbearables, I think me and Doug talked about it on a podcast. Oh no, it was me and Mickey that talked about it, sorry. And we talked about, is this side, the best ever well, is this squad the best ever squad ever? And at the time, we both said no because they hadn't won a Premier League trophy. Now that they've won a Premier League trophy, and by the manner that they've done it, potentially yes. Yes, like I would say now, yes, they would be fully on. Aaron says he refused to touch the Anfield sign due to the winning a trophy rule. He already knows about it before signing. Yes, I did see that. He did say he wanted to keep with tradition, and he didn't want to touch the "This is Anfield" sign. I loved that bit. I absolutely did. So that was fantastic for me. Liz says it's 2020. Everything is off regarding transfer window. Yes, that is true. That is absolutely true. Chaos says watch it after the stream. Chris says yeah, be good idea that. And then Unbearable says podcast sounds great. Liz also says a podcast would be fun. Okay, so you guys are all on board then with the the podcast. So I have this now in my head. Things could go wrong from now until what I'm hoping will happen. So we will have tonight now this conversation about everything and topic wise. Tomorrow will be the match preview show for the Lincoln game on Thursday. Then on Thursday will be our match reaction show. Friday then will be another match preview show with Diesel from Claude and the Bants on Friday. That will be pre-recorded, but it will be premiering, but that will be on Friday. Saturday then would be the podcast, and then Sunday then would just be a random video again. It might be me talking on the Nike kit situation again, now that we know more about the kits and my thoughts and opinions on it. And of course, Monday then will be the reaction to it. So yeah, I think that's a good couple of days of content for you guys. But yeah, let me know your thoughts anyway on that. But Diego says your Ian Rush was and still is a legend of British football. Yeah, Ian Rush, for me, of course, being Welsh, as well, him being not only a Liverpool icon, being a Welsh icon, that is, kind of nice in that aspect of things as well. But I forgot most comment. I don't want to ruin anyone's evening, but Thiago needs to do something before he gets a song. Go for the pod, and then fingers crossed. So yeah, I will absolutely. Well, he's already done something, hasn't he? He's already made the atmosphere sound, 10 times better. Chaos says, is Bale on loan or transferred to Spurs? He is on loan for a season, I believe. I think he is on loan. I think the fee for the transfer thing is 20 million euros or pounds. And then, maybe maybe Real Madrid may let him go, for free. And then maybe Spurs will sign him then on a free. Amja or Imja, I'm so sorry. It says, I'm unsubbing, then can't pronounce my name. Let me know how you say it. Spell it out. I am sorry that I'm butchering your name. I'm terrible with names. If everyone knows that I am terrible with names, so I do deeply apologize for getting the name wrong. But yeah, let me know like what's the minute out so I get it correct, because I really want to get your views. Well, your name correct. Sorry. Chris says someone's unhappy with the laughing face. Liz says maybe you could write it out phonically. Yeah. If you can do it, then I would appreciate it so I can get your name right. But yeah, I am sorry for getting your name wrong. Liz says Bale is on loan and injured. Yes, Doug told me that he is injured until I think mid-October, so that's not good at all. Mo says, what do you think about the centre-back situation? Well, this gets on to the other point, and I will mention it now because it is in the title. It is in everything, and I did really want to get onto this topic. Now, if you guys haven't seen it, and I do fully recommend you go over to Dave's LFC chat about it. Dave had an interview with the legend himself, James Pearce. I am not jealous at all. If Dave's watching, I'm not jealous at all. So, maybe that might be a thing. But yeah, centre-backs. Now, James Pearce has said that he doesn't expect Liverpool to sign anyone else this transfer window. Now, this of course, will concern a couple of people because of not being able to, rely on the likes of Joel Matip and Joe Gomez at the minute, because they both are injured. I believe at the minute that at the end of the day, it is, well, I think Joe Gomez is fine now and could feature tomorrow. So we will talk about that, of course. But it is the aspect thing as well, is that at the minute we're playing a CDM at centre-back. Even though he did a fantastic job against Chelsea, there's always that risk that you're only keeping, two players fit at the same time. If you guys remember last season, when we were in the Club World Cup, sorry. We played Jordan Henderson at centre back because Virgil van Dijk was ill, and then we had Lovren and Matip out injured, so we had to rely on Jordan Henderson that day, to bail us out practically. And I think that realistically, it's one of these things. It's one of these things that I think that Liverpool need to address. I think that's plain and simple, and I think that we do need to sign someone. I know that Aaron said by sign Kabak. I know Kabak is a person being interested and being talked about, but yeah, I just can't. I don't think it's going to happen. I think James Pearce is right, and I don't think Liverpool are going to sign anyone. Does that mean Fabinho should stay centre back? If no one else is fit, then yes, I think he should. I think he did superb against Chelsea. If someone like Joe Gomez is fit, does he play? Then I'd say it's up to Klopp. Realistically, I think maybe against pacey people, then Fabinho might because of his positioning. Does he play against Arsenal because of Aubameyang? Time will tell. But for me, I think I said it, when Owen was on from the Cop on. I think, Joe Gomez is the number 2 centre back. I think that's what Klopp thinks as well. And I think Fabinho is a good option for that, but I don't think he should stay at the centre back role permanently. But, if Thiago comes in good and does, fantastic things, in that role, and also, people are injured, then absolutely, I think he could, potentially stay there for a very long time and keep his spot there as well. But time will tell. It'll be about, who's injured, about rotation as well, because I think past this week, we play like 3 games per week. I think after the international break, to be perfectly honest with you. So, refreshment will be needed then for Liverpool in that aspect of things as well. But yeah, Unbearable says, I wonder what odds I'd get on Bale starting less than 10 games for Spurs. Probably good odds. I would say probably good odds for that. Aaron, of course, saying sign Kabak. KL says, are we on the race for Sancho? I'd probably say no in that aspect of things. I would say personally no. I think he's nailed on for Man United, sadly, and that is sad. Andrew says, it's not hard to pronounce. I'm leaving. Bye, idiots. Goodbye, mate. That's absolutely fine. Sorry that we've butchered your name, and sorry that you're quite angry about it. So see you later. Liz says, Connor, you are green with envy. JK. Yeah, going Hulk green. To your answer. Mo says, thanks. That means we are going for someone then. Said Ty, wink face. Wink face. I'll keep the wink face. Chris says, how would you rate our transfer window so far? I'd say 9 out of 10. I would go 8 out of 10 because we haven't signed a centre back. That's the only reason why I would say, well, that is the only reason why I would say, it isn't a 10 out of 10 for me anyway, personally. But Chris says another centre back would complete it. Chris also says would make it 10 out of 10. Yeah, that's the same for me as well. Fabinho could play in goal for us and do a job. I have that much faith in him, says Unbearables. Yes, I do as well, mate. I think Fabinho he's a gorgeous player on the ball. The thing is, I don't think many people realize this. He was a full-on starter, a right back for Monaco. Wasn't defensive midfielder much, even though that was his preferred position. And then he did. He ended up, being Liverpool's, defensive midfielder, and and again didn't play for 6 months to learn how Jurgen Klopp wanted him to do football, and became the best defensive midfielder in world football in the space of 2 or 3 months towards last season, the season before. So I trust Fabinho no matter what. But Mark says hello, people. How is everyone? I'm doing fantastic, mate. Glad to see you in the chat. As always, Liz says good evening as well to Mark, and then Mark says hello to Liz. Kale says, have FIFA 21 got Juventus rights? No, they haven't. They don't have Juventus. They don't have Roma. And yeah, I think they're them two of the big teams that they haven't got, or well, yeah, that FIFA haven't got. I think, is there any other teams? I don't think so, but I think that them two are the only ones, and they're the only ones that cost EA a lot of money. Like apparently, EA Sports lost around 200 million pounds, or like 200. Was it 20 million or 200? It was either one of them. They lost because they lost the rights for Juventus, because Juventus made them a lot of money. FIFA 21 can't get anything right. No, they can't. They can't. Mo says, why the whole world ticked off? People need to breathe peace and love and all that. Yeah, absolutely. The world's a crazy place, isn't it? Realistically, people, they get angry. Like I remember once, I believe I was in Cardiff at the time, and I was in, I think it was a Starbucks, and this woman just kicked off at the worker, and it was a boiling hot day, mind. I think it was one of the hottest days of the year, and this was a couple of years ago, and yeah, she just kicked off at him like so badly, and I was like, I felt so sorry for the guy, because I was like, and like, of course, you have to stay professional and things like that, and you have to like keep calm. Normally, a person's reaction would just tell him to shut up, and like that, but he couldn't really. And I felt sorry for people like that. And people just need to chill, around the world. And I know that things are crazy right now. They are. That's the sympathy of thing. 2020 has been a crazy year, and it's going to keep on being crazy by the looks of it. And people just need to, not so much, kick off at one another. We just need to, come together and fight with one another against what the world is fighting against us, and that's the thing at the moment as well. But yeah, hopefully you can see on screen right now. But before I actually show you that, I can see a few people on the in the chat saying that they have to pop off. Liz, it is. There we go. Gotta run. Have a great night, all. Follow your joy. Yeah, exactly. See you later, Liz. Hopefully, you have a fantastic rest of your evening, and thank you for popping in as always. Fantastic mod. Liz is a fantastic person as well, and yeah, really do much appreciate Liz coming in to the stream as always, because she is absolutely fantastic. But yeah, one thing I did want to show you guys, and this was Fabrizio Romano. Now, of course, Fabrizio Romano has been, the talking point of Liverpool's transfer season, and he did tweet out something that I thought was very interesting today, and that was the sense of Liverpool asked for Ousmane Dembele on loan with a buy option on last June, but he decided to stay at Barcelona. There's no bid from Manchester United because Dembele doesn't want to leave Barca, and Barcelona both denying talks as well. So Fabrizio Romano there saying that Liverpool wanted Ousmane Dembele last season. So very interesting realistically, because of course last year, we always talking about, the Liverpool need to add somewhere where they haven't got, of course, with the likes of Divock Origi having that fantastic season in the Champions League and in the Premier League as well, scoring against Everton, Newcastle as well. And realistically, Klopp, I think he's always been an admirer of Dembele. I think he was the one that set him up, in the Dortmund, scene and things like this. But very interesting realistically that Liverpool wanted Ousmane Dembele. Now I know Doug's actually is in the chat as well. So let me click on his comment saying hello, just popping on to say hi. Stuck in work, you never walk alone. Yes, Doug is in work tonight. I was talking to him earlier on as well. But Doug did say that he didn't want Ousmane Dembele because of his attitude. For me, I never wanted Ousmane Dembele because of his injury record. Like, people get frustrated with Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Don't imagine what Ousmane Dembele could have done, and probably could have cost us as well. Because of course, him costing Barcelona over 100 million euro. I think it was over 120 million euros at the time as well. So, very, very, very interesting, in that development of things as well. But Kale says, what's the score between Manchester United and Luton Town? I don't know, mate. I think someone's let us know in the comments. There we go. Chris has said, well, let me mark. Mark says, I'll see you later, Liz. Have a great day. Chris says 1-0 to Penchester United. Classic. Mo says, keep calm and wear a mask. Absolutely. Diego says, keep hitting the likes. Yes, please keep punching the likes. As I know some YouTubers like to say. Yeah, we love Liz. Absolutely, we do love Liz. Gail says, is Declan Rice going to Chelsea? Maybe if they can afford it. That is the thing with them at the moment. Can they afford it? And that might be a thing. The one thing I do want to say as well, before I do move on, and I did really much forget about this, is that David Moyes and 2 other West Ham players have tested positive for the virus. So we wish David Moyes and those 2 players all the best, and hopefully they can fight off the disease as quickly as possible as well, and hopefully they get to a full recovery as well. So some big news. I think it was announced just before I went on, and I was just looking on Twitter on Sky Sports. So wish them the very best. But in terms of is Declan Rice going to Chelsea, I don't have a clue, and I think that it probably won't happen because West Ham, they haven't got the funds. Mark says, hope not. Chris says, I didn't like the idea of wearing a mask at first, but I'm used to it now. Exactly, that's the thing. Masks are horrible to wear, but it's necessary then, realistically. Mo says, was watching Doug earlier and nearly got me sacked. Oh, Mo shouldn't be doing that. Aaron says, attitude 100%. Performance is still... Our performance is still to stay at Barca whilst watching the first team and on the bench. Reserves are where he seems to be. Yeah, I agree with that. I think he's pretty much there. Bearable says, bar James Milner, who is the oldest player in the squad? Good question. Adrian? It would be Adrian. If you're asking outfield players, Jesus Christ, that's a whole new question. That is absolutely a whole new question. Let me think about that, but I think it's Adrian. If anyone knows, then please let me know in the comment section anyway. But yeah, I think it is Adrian. But outfield players, I don't have a clue. It would be a guess then, realistically, of what outfield players would be. Anyway, but yeah, I did say we were going to be talking a bit about transfers in this video. Of course, we've talked about Mbappe, we've talked about other people as well, but we do have some other news in that aspect of things, and that is the sense of people saying that Ismail Assar, of course, people going on about of course we've signed Diogo Jota, but according to French Football, have reported that Liverpool have agreed a fee to sign forward Ismail Assar from Watford, despite the fact that they have landed Diogo Jota over the weekend. This is from Read Liverpool, but it is practically a carbon copy of what the French reporters were reporting. And says the report claims there is now an agreement in place for the deal to bring the 22-year-old to Anfield for around 35 to 40 million euros, as Jurgen Klopp looks to make the former Rennes player a joker for the Reds. So I'm guessing that's their calling card then, realistically. And it also says Liverpool had been wildly linked with Sarr prior to the emergence of the advanced talks with Wolves for the Portuguese star winger Jota. The deal to sign Jota was confirmed, of course, on Saturday. Jota Saturday, as we were all saying it, and could rise around 41 million, depending, of course, other things as well. The article does go on to say, if I can find it, And of course, as you can see, Jurgen Klopp in the bottom right-hand corner. It's not there, but I believe the article did go on to say as well that Liverpool were, or they did agree £120,000 per week as well. So, you know, I don't think it's true, you know, and I personally think that, you know, like we said earlier on, I do think that Liverpool are done now for the transfer window, but it will be interesting to find out if other people were to leave, like a Divock Origi, like a Shaqiri, you know, would it happen? Would things happen, you know, in terms of that? Because, of course, he is still available. He is not in Watford's squad tonight. I believe they're playing, I think they're playing Newport County, I believe. And when I looked, they were losing 2-0, and he isn't in the squad whatsoever. And I don't think he's played any games for Watford anyway. So I think he is trying to force the move out of Watford anyway. But guys, let me know your thoughts. You know, would you still like Sarr at Liverpool, even though we have signed Diogo Jota as well? So, you know, please do let me know in that as well. But Kale says, why is why is FIFA 21 coming out and players get positive of oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know. Diego says, yes, hope Moyes and his two players recover well from COVID. Absolutely. Mo says Milner. Yeah, it was apart from James Milner. Aaron says Henderson. Yeah, Henderson's 30 now, is he? Mark says watch about talking about the virus. Yeah, exactly. YouTube don't like it, and YouTube will take down this video, even if it's live, if you talk about it. Chris says Adrian or Henderson. Mo says, yeah, Adrian. S. Wilson 29 is in. How are you? Hopefully you're having a fantastic day, my friend. Well, just with full red dots. Mark says Adrian is 33. There we go. Chris says, can only see Sarr coming in if Shaqiri leaves. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. It's either going to be if a Divock Origi or Xherdan Shaqiri, was to leave the club, which I don't think is going to happen now, in my personal opinion. Mark says Henderson is 30. Yep, there we go. Chris says English transfer window closes in 20th of October, around that date anyway. Very late for that. I think it's going to be about on the 5th or the 6th. Mo says, if this is true, then one of Origi and Brewster will be going. Thiago Friday, Jota Saturday, and Kepa Sunday. I called it Sadio Sunday. I think that's what Robbo called it as well on Twitter. He did say Sadio Sunday, to be fair. Dave is in as well. How are you, Dave? Hopefully having a fantastic day, mate. Like I did say earlier on, I'm very jealous that you got James Pearce on, but fully congrats. You know, absolutely loved the video. I did comment on it saying I loved it. I did watch it all and I loved it. So congratulations, Dave, for having James Pearce on. If you'd like to give me his phone number, I would love it. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, absolute congratulations to Dave for having the legend that is James Pearce on as well. But Unbearable says our squad could stay together if Hendo is the oldest on-field players. Yeah, absolutely. And then also says for a long time. Aaron says Newport beat Watford 3-1. West Ham beat Hull 5-1. So there we go. Mark says hello to Dave. How are you? And then he's got Mark with a thumbs up. Bearables says hi to Dave as well. Gail says, did Klopp do a swap deal for Thiago? Nope. We bought Thiago for £20 million, but we will only pay £5 million over a 4-year deal. Then realistically, so we're only coughing out £5 million per year for Thiago. And Dave says it's 999. You're funny, Dave. You're so funny. Also, as well, don't dial that number unless it's an emergency. I do have to say this as well, just in case someone does go and does it. So please be responsible with that as well. That is not James Pearce's number whatsoever. But Dave says new Lincoln video out now. I will give that a watch after the stream. Of course, our Lincoln video will be out tomorrow, or it might be pre-recorded, might be live. Put notifications on to find out. It'll most likely be live. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, the other bits and pieces of news then, realistically, if I look on my laptop, was we did say we would talk about Nike Again, of course, Nike being in the headlines, then you would call it then realistically, and that is that Liverpool and Nike, as you can hopefully see on screen right now, there we go. Liverpool and Nike have revealed new kit sales figures as FSG gamble pays off. Now, the Echo are reporting this, of course, saying that Liverpool have announced a record-breaking kit sales following their release of their first ever Nike strip last month. And the club will celebrate the numbers by donating 100 home kits to young people in the Anfield area who have helped their local community during the lockdown period, which I think is an absolutely fantastic thing that they have done. I would like them to give 100 kits per kit, if that makes sense. So 100 home kits, 100 away kits, and 100 third kit. Sorry, that would be fantastic. It also does go on to say Liverpool's third kit, which was launched on general sale earlier this month, has achieved a record sales across the club's online store compared to the previous versions at Anfield. So that's fantastic in that aspect of things. And I think, honestly, I think that would be fantastic. And of course, I know that many people had different thoughts and different opinions on the third kit. I did have my thoughts and my opinions on it. And yeah, I just think it would be, it would be fantastic, to get those sales on. Because of course, if any of you guys remember as well, 2008, 2009, with the home shirts and things like this, that away kit, remember the grey, with the red on it as well. That was the worst ever selling Liverpool away kit of all time. But it's probably one of the most iconic now because that we got results in, of course, beating Manchester United 4-1 at Old Trafford that season as well. Fernando Torres completely destroying, Nemanja Vidic that day, and just destroying Manchester United. That was fantastic. But and I think that it's the same with, if you guys remember the orange kit a couple of seasons ago, I think we were unbeaten in that kit. Kits can be bad, but then they're iconic then towards the end of the season because of either results or we've won trophies in it and things like this. So, and to be awfully honest with you, the third kit's changed my mind. I actually like it now. It's weird. I want to buy it. And I think I am going to buy it. And I think, we'll show you guys it as well. If I do end up getting it, it does depend whether or not if I do end up getting it. But yeah, I love the kits. I love all of them now. But I thought that was fantastic news that Liverpool have broken the records. I do have to say as well, though, that Arsenal have overtaken Liverpool in this season's shirt sales, home shirts anyway. I believe Arsenal's is the most selling at the moment, from what I was reading, what I was researching. Anyway, I believe that is correct anyway. But yeah, let me know your thoughts anyway about, of course, Liverpool, breaking all records again this season with the home kit anyway. Mo says Hull lost by 5 and getting C19. I don't know what that's for. Kale says, who's the player who played for LX Galaxy and his name starts with a Z? Believe it's Zlatan Ibrahimovic. If that counts, it probably doesn't, but who knows? Unbearable says, can I come on one of your podcasts when one is feeling better? Yeah, absolutely, mate. If you're feeling well enough by Saturday, please give me a message on either Instagram or Twitter at the Cock Council. Unbearables, I think you're following me and I'm following you on Twitter. So yeah, please feel free to give me a message, and yeah, we'll happily sort things out. I want to, I'll happily have as many reds on the channel as possible. Actually do want to, get that done, for you guys. Do any of you want to come on or anything like that? So yeah, let me know, or message me on Twitter or at me on Twitter, and yeah, we'll sort some things out. Mo says, I think it's way too much, way too money, especially in the current climate we are in. A beautiful kit still. Yeah, I can see what you mean by that. The thing that annoys me, and I've said it plenty of times, on videos, is the difference between the two home kits, the £100 and the £70 one. There's too much of a difference, in my personal opinion. Not so much in the third and away kit, but especially in the home kit, you can definitely tell. Of course, I'm wearing this season's home kit this year, but yeah, it's one of these things where I can definitely see what you mean about that, mate. Chris says, I got all the kits. Once you wear them, you love them now. Yeah, absolutely. Everyone says, one bad thing about Nike shirts I can't hide my relaxed muscles. Yeah, they are quite. Night kits are a bit of a vacuum. Then I would say that. I definitely say they are. Then Chris says Zardes. I think that was with the LA Galaxy thing. And KL says Zardens as well. KL says, got to go. See you later. See you later, KL. We will be going for a little bit more. Going for about 10 more minutes, and then I think I'll be calling it a day then, because we have been going for an hour. But thank you to everyone that has tuned in. And like I did say, thinking about bringing the podcast back. I do think you guys, well, like you said, you would like them. So, I am thinking about bringing them back, and I'm happily going to bring them back as well, because I think you guys do enjoy them. But Sam says, do you think Liverpool should sell Shaqiri or Origi? Do I think they should sell them? No, not now anyway. I think it's too late if you're going to sell either one of them. And plus, I've seen some people saying that, oh, like if Jota's coming in, then we'll definitely sell one of them. Nope, I don't think that is the case. I think Brewster is the most likeliest out of everyone to be going now. Excuse me. Yeah, I think them two are probably going to stay at Liverpool now for the time being, and I think that is what Liverpool are. I think we're happy with the squad it is now, but I do think that Brewster will be the one to leave anyway. But Sam, let me go back up to your comment. Sam says, what about Sarr? What about for Sarr? Of course, we did say about Sarr. We did talk about him about, what was it, 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago. But to go back over it, for Sarr, I'd probably say if we were to sell Brewster, then potentially we might go for Sarr again. But I just don't think it's going to happen. I think Liverpool may sell Brewster, keep the money, and then see if they need to add anyone then in January, and then move forward in that. Because I think, if we was to keep the squad as it was now, including the departure of Brewster, if it was to happen, but it's one of these things, isn't it? I think that it's going to be one of these things that I think maybe it might happen, it might not, but I would be happy with the squad either way as it is right now. Mark says no way. KL says, can clubs scout world now? I don't know, perhaps. Chris says most likely departures are Grujic, Wilson, and Brewster. IMO probably most likely. I don't think Grujic. To be honest, I don't think Grujic will go anyway, because I don't think anyone can find. Well, Liverpool can't find a buyer for him realistically. Unbearable says Origi should stay unless he wants to leave for more football reasons. If he's happy being a super sub, keep him as he earns the right. Yeah, exactly. I think that is the motto of realistically that thing anyway. Sam says, sorry, only just joined. No need to apologize, Sam. Just saying, if you want to go back 10 minutes, 5 minutes, we was talking about Sarr then, but no need to apologize, my friend. Mo says, I started to think them journalists are just as honest as the agents. Yeah. Agents this year, well, I say agents, journalists this year, especially in the UK, don't have a clue this year. Every single story that's been announced has either been done by French or Italian reporters or Fabrizio Romano. Practically Fabrizio Romano has been Liverpool's James Pearce this year, because ever since the Virgil van Dijk saga, then if you want to call it that, they've never trusted this journalist, because apparently someone in the Liverpool realm apparently told someone, and then someone told other people, and someone told Sky Sports, and then Sky Sports reported it saying Virgil van Dijk's going to be a Liverpool player, blah 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 blah, and then everything broke out then about it. And Liverpool, of course, that news that Liverpool been talking to Virgil van Dijk and other things, I guess, and it wasn't a good combination. And I think Liverpool journalists, especially, and UK journalists, they find out at the very end practically of what what is going to happen in terms of transfer anyway. But yeah, I would say that anyway. Don't disrespect my Divock. Exactly, Chris. Yeah, don't disrespect the Lord himself, Divock Origi. KL says, is the press conference tomorrow or on tomorrow? Yes. I believe it might be Jurgen or it might be Pep Lijnders, because last season Pep Lijnders normally took over the whole press conference situation in the League Cups and that. So potentially it could be Pep Lijnders, but it could also be Jurgen as well. But yeah, I think that is all the news that I've mentioned tonight. I think that's everything that I did have to say anyway in terms of anything like this. So guys, if you have anything else to ask me, or if anything you want to put in the chat anyway, feel free now to put it in the chat, because I'll be heading off in about 5 minutes. But as always, thank you to everyone that has viewed this video. Thank you to everyone that's commented, anything like this. So I do very much appreciate it, and honestly, thank you so much for all the new subscribers that has come. I know that there was someone earlier on that I couldn't pronounce their name and they left, so I am deeply sorry about that. I'm terrible with names, and people do know that on this channel, but I do try and pronounce them as much as I can, and that's only human, realistically. But yeah, honestly guys, thank you for the love and support on the channel, because I'm trying to bring content to you guys every single day. Now I believe I've done okay on that promise over the last couple of days, so hopefully you guys are loving the previews, the discussions and things like this as well. And yeah, I absolutely love talking to you guys about football. And yeah, like I said, Unbearable's asked could he come on the podcast. If there's anyone else that would like to come on the podcast and have their view, or anyone that would like to come on a match reaction or something like that, please do let me know. Let me know on Twitter and we can sort it out. I'll happily allow people to have their voice heard and allow people to have their say on this channel, because without you guys, it I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't be talking to you guys and talking like that, because if there's no audience, you're just talking to yourself. And I think I do talk to myself most of the time, but it's absolutely lovely talking to you guys as always. But where are we? Sam says, where do you see Alex Ox's career going? I see him at Liverpool. I see him pretty much staying at Liverpool. I think he will remain at Liverpool and play under Jurgen Klopp, because Klopp was talking about him, playing a false nine, and I think that is interesting. And I think that will be a remaining thing for the season. I think he will rotate between midfield and the number 9 spot as well. So very interesting. Chris says Liverpool are not still interested in Ismail Assar. The choice was between Jota or Sarr, and Liverpool chose the Wolvesman at James Pearce. Yeah, I can fully vouch for that as well. Mo says Origi can stay forever and beat the Evs absolutely. Sam says, don't get me wrong, I love the Ox, but I feel his place is slowly going into midfield. Yeah, let's not forget this. Ox is a midfielder. He's an attacking midfielder at that thing. And, it's a real shame what's happened to Ox, because that little stint he had in 17-18, like, the whole, where was it from? Probably November till about April, May, before he got injured. He was absolutely superb and probably Liverpool's best midfielder at times. And, just sadly due to injuries, it's just never bounced back up for Ox. But, I'm hoping, he can recover back from this injury. I believe he'll be back probably in about 2-3 weeks, and then I think he'll be in first team training, so fingers crossed. Anyway, Kale says, when can you do a watch along with Doug? We've done a watch along with Doug over on his channel. Let me know if you guys would like a watch along on this channel. Would you, realistically? Mo says, big up yourself, Connor. Thank you very much, Mo. I do very much appreciate that. Bomb, I can see your comment, but I'm not going to release your other name, so that will be left alone like that. And I don't want to get demonetized or anything like that, or banned, realistically. So but yeah, hello anyway. Mark says night, Mo. Oh, good night, Mo. I clicked on it and said good night, everyone. You never walk alone. You never walk alone to you as well, Mo. Hopefully you have a fantastic rest of your day. Sam says, oh wow, didn't know about him playing the, and then I think he goes on to say false 9. Yeah, he does. Chris says, Saturday night, like the way you move Divock Origi. Chris, you're going to get me singing. You're going to get me singing. And he put, oh, wow, didn't know about him playing the false 9. Yeah, Klopp talked about it. I think it was I think it was either against Salzburg or it was against Blackpool. He mentioned it, and he was going to talk about it. And yeah, Ox could be an option for the false 9, which perhaps, you know, if Liverpool change system 4-2-3-1, you know, maybe Ox might play that, you know, cam position, and, you know, Minamino might play centre forward. You know, who knows? I think that will be a very interesting thing, and I could say. But yeah, that is an option that you have said. Unbearable says, we should have a Gary McAllister back at Liverpool on the coaching staff. We are missing out on so much not having him. I believe at the minute he's at Rangers with Stevie G at the minute, and we did have Gary McAllister. Oh no, he's not. Who am I thinking of? Is Gary McAllister? No, Gary McAllister. No, he's not on there. I don't know. Maybe if Klopp thinks he's, you know, useful, then yeah, you know, I'd absolutely have him on the staff. I'd back that. I think that's what the false nine. Chris says, I love Ox. I hope he stays. Still, incredible option to have. Absolutely. Kayla says, do you do the Super Cup night? You never walk alone. Can you do the Super Cup night? Oh, for the watch along, maybe. That might be on Doug's channel to do that. Maybe Doug will do it. Diego says, yes, do a watch along with Doug. That might be a thing then. Chris says, Sevilla love playing in Super Cups. They won Europa League that many times. Yeah, that's true. Sam also says, bit random and obvious, a lot will happen in 4 years, but do you see Stevie taking over from Klopp? No, I don't. I might be the only Liverpool fan that thinks this, but I think Pep Lijnders, if Klopp doesn't re-sign a contract, which could still happen, you know, within 4 years, but I think he will go, Klopp will retire, and then I think Pep Lijnders then will come in then as manager of Liverpool Football Club, kind of like a Bob Paisley and Bill Shankly type thing, in, you know, handing down the keys, you know, to in like the boot room then of Liverpool, and I think that is what's going to happen. I think for me, even though the job at Rangers is a huge job, I still think he needs a job in England to realistically put himself over in that aspect of things as well. But you know, time will tell in that aspect of things, and maybe in 4 years' time, you know, maybe Stevie G might be in an England job, and he might be playing in the Championship or, you know, lower league in the Premier League, and he might, you know, become a favourite then for the Liverpool job. Perhaps. But yeah, the final comment then of the video says, Chris says Pep Lijnders has had manager experience in the past. And he also goes on to say Pep Lijnders only Pep to win the Champions League, with a winky face as well. But yeah, guys, I think I'm going to leave it there. Thank you to every single one of you that have tuned in towards this video. You know, thank you for commenting, liking, sharing. You know, I do very much appreciate it. It is fantastic to see as many people in here tonight. Actually, the last comment of the stream is, good stream, bro. Have a good one. Have a good one yourself, Sam. And thank you for tuning into the video as well. But if you're not already, please like this video. If you haven't already, it'd be massively appreciated if you could do so. Also as well, if you're new to the Cop Council and are a first-time viewer, then please smash the subscribe button. That's the, you know, rambling corner phase for that. But yeah, please smash that subscribe button as always, and don't forget to enable notifications, because YouTube despise notifications. I usually say don't like, but they despise notifications as well. So, you know, please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification button, because we're going to try and go to 400 subscribers. We're going to try our hardest to go and get there as quick as possible. But yeah, until next time, guys, that is going to be it from me. I've been Connor from the Cop Council, and I will see you all later on. Tra Reds.